Hi everyone, I'm Julia.
I'm Kendrea.
And today we're going to be talking about Wazoo Rush and kind of like our experience. We kind of noticed that like through our Rush experience, we were someone that like looked up a lot of videos and like what to expect, what to wear, anything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing on like Wazoo or like really any like northern schools. It was more so like southern schools like Alabama, Tennessee, all those. So we're here to kind of like inform you guys because like we wanted to know. So we're going to talk about like a little bit about like our experience as a whole. So we're in the same like RoGam group.
Yeah, so pretty much, okay, should we just kind of start from like the beginning of how it went? So May 1st was when applications came out. I think this is a pretty universal thing, but May 1st is when applications came out for our school specifically, and then you do a like online little, not survey, but just a form you fill out all your information.
And you talk about like what you're interested in, like it could be sports, music, whatever, and that's who you kind of get paired up with, is what we kind of like assume, right? Isn't that true?
They try like based on the information you put there, they try to match you with people throughout the week that you will speak to that have similar interests. So that is something to be aware of, I guess.
Yeah, it was very, I would say, like, it's kind of stressful, but also it was like fun. You'd have to wake up really early. You get in your RoGam group, which is like who's on your floor based on like your dorm. I have a sister, and she's 2 years older than me, and she went through Rush. Obviously, she's in a house, and I told her I didn't really want to hear as much stuff. I didn't want everything to be biased or anything. So we kind of wanted not knowing anything, like
I didn't know anything. I was not even about to rush. So going back, I think we'll just start with the whole. Let's start with the process beginning when you're, I guess, still in high school. So when applications came out, you submit them, you talk about your interest, and the school will get all your records, so GPA, all that stuff goes into play as well. After May, you just wait, and you'll have people from certain houses reach out to you probably and like text you about, if you haven't signed up yet, you know, it's not like they're recruiting you for their house. It's just, they're kind of just putting the whole process out there. Once it gets closer to Rush, though, I don't think it's a good idea to, I guess, communicate with those people because it could be what's seen as dirty rushing.
Yeah.
Which it happens, but you don't want to get yourself caught up in something that could potentially ruin how the week goes for you.
And for us, you obviously don't know, maybe not much about any of the houses, like what they're like or anything. So like for us, I recommend kind of going on their Instagram and just like looking at them, like look at their vibe and everything.
So once the rush week starts, it started for us what day? Then
it was a Tuesday.
What day was it? I don't know. All I remember is that we moved in on the 9th. Rush started, honestly, that night we first met with our groups. And how Wazoo does it, it goes by floor and dorm. And for us, our RoGams came through on move-in and put stuff on our door that, like, signified we were in her group. And then you get put into group chats, and you'll meet people, like, that night.
It's really fun. I think Rush is such a big thing, especially with meeting people.
It was really
so
fun.
many people, and such a fun experience, just, like, the whole thing is just fun.
And luckily, our RoGam group was really good. It was a very chill group, and you know, I feel like it wasn't all about Rush. Like, we were able to talk about other stuff. Yeah. So, like, you'll meet people in that group, and you'll either hang out with them forever or, you know, you'll just end up in different spots. But you're going to be neighbors with them, so it's important to get to know them.
Now, what to bring. Just be prepared for, like, super hot weather. 90 degrees or close to 100. Yeah. So you want to be prepared, and they'll give you a bag to bring. You don't have to get your own bag or anything. I mean, you can, but, like, just use the bag. So what we brought was, I brought dry shampoo, because your hair, especially if it's down and in your face, it's going to get greasy and, like, oily. So bring that. I would bring, like, some kind of lip glosses. You're going to be talking a lot, so have something on your lips, and then as long as also, like, mints or, like, gum, something to,
Don't do gum.
But
they
don't
won't let you have gum
like,
in the
before. Like,
house.
this is, like, transitioning. I would just do mints.
Because you can chew and actually eat them.
And, like, so your breath stays fresh.
Yeah.
And then I would have, like, a water bottle or something just so, like, it's hot, like I said. So just use something like that. And then anything, like, fragrance-wise, like, deodorant for sure.
Yes.
It's going to be super hot. As well as, like, like perfumes I would bring, but nothing so strong.
I think we just
I
brought
hairbrush.
Bring a fan.
That's the one thing that I'm in the mistake of. So our program gave us like a paper fan to bring. Well, I would say like the electric or even battery ones are super nice. Cause like it's, I don't know, I don't do well in heat, and it was really hot for me, and yeah, it was low key kind of rough, but it was
also
fun.
They'll give you a notebook. I don't suggest bringing paper and a pen to write your thoughts about houses, because from the house, you're literally taking off to the next party, and it's much easier to voice memo or just talk into Siri.
We definitely voice memo, but honestly, like, we did that for the, 2 days?
After that, I didn't, because you get an idea.
Of, like, which houses you're like, no, and yes.
Yeah. So, our notes, I only filled up Pan Day 1 and 2 of the houses, and that was it. I didn't talk about them on my notes app.
Yeah.
I kind of just remembered, like, what I thought about them.
Now we're going to go more in depth on, like, how we felt, I would say, throughout the week. Obviously, like, the first day, you're, like, really excited, a little bit nervous. But just know, like, they're just as nervous to talk to you, which made me feel a little better, like, hearing. And, like, as you go through the week, you kind of, like, you might get paired with the same people you talk to, and, like, you'll know which houses you like and you don't like. But it's definitely so, like, mentally draining. Like, just the whole thing. The whole, like, experience is so draining. I mean, granted, it's super fun. It is. But, like, you're just so tired and, like, just everything. Okay, another thing is, I would say, like, energy. You want to keep, like, a good base energy. Almost, like, matching the person's energy. Because sometimes if you talk to someone, they might not be as, like, happy or excited as you, because they're obviously tired too, or maybe they're like really excited, like kind of like match them, or almost like, would you say a little better? Not better, but just like a little more, but not like a scary, like freaky kind of excitement. Just because like be happy to be there, just like the whole time.
They should be leading the conversations mostly, but at least I had some times where some people didn't, and it was kind of harder for me to find something to say, because I'm not the one preparing for the past how many months to bring up stuff to talk about. So if the person that you're speaking to isn't as excited to be talking to you, don't bend your back, like, and, you know, don't beat yourself up about the conversation, because if it wasn't meant to be as good, then it just wasn't. Yeah. And I don't think you should be exerting all your energy into someone that will not show that back.
Exactly. And I think, like, the biggest thing for me was like, I didn't want it to be, like, awkward. That was my biggest fear. It's like, you're talking to someone, like, you may not know. Most likely you won't know them. And it's just, like, it's so stressful. Like, before you go to the house, you're, like, lined up, and you're like, okay, what should I talk about? I would say have, like, at least, like, 3 or 4 things to bring up, just in case things might get, it shouldn't get awkward, because, like, they're the one running it and making sure, like, it doesn't get awkward, but, like, just in case, like, also kind of helps just, like, saying, like, a fun fact or something. Don't just be, like, the regular, like, yeah, like, where are you from, all this stuff. Like, they're gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
But also, like, bring something fun in. Like, ask my question, like, what's your favorite song? Yes. Like, what's your favorite get ready with me, like, song to get ready? I just said that, but, like, same thing.
Yeah.
That's what I would ask. And they loved that question. Like, people I talked to, at least, they were like, oh my god, like, no one's asked me that or anything. Just, like, kind of go to the box and, like, have some things lined up to talk about, I would say. Because I think that was my biggest thing, was just, like, awkward if there's silence. Like, just have something to talk about. Like, you guys are both nervous. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I would also say as the days go on, the theme of it almost, I guess, changes. So after the first day, or first 2 days when you first get introduced to all the houses, and then depending on what you get called back for, like she said, move on from the, I guess, introductory questions. Even if it's someone new that you've met, I wouldn't say...
That should be, like, the smallest part of the time.
Yeah, because on, Sisterhood Day, I think they might, like, talk about, obviously, their sisterhood. Try to find something from what they said that you can ask them questions about. A lot of the houses, though, when it came to Philo Day, when they were talking about their philanthropy, our conversations had nothing to do with their philanthropy. They didn't even ask me.
I had one house ask me. Some asked, some might not.
So try to maybe, like, think ahead. If you do, like, research prior to Rush, pick out, like, something that you find interesting about it, and be ready to have that to bring up in case they ask you, but don't like freak out because
also,
they didn't ask me very much.
Each round is longer. It gets longer each round. So like you kind of want to have some things lined up on what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Almost. And even like, yeah.
And just be honest when you're talking with them. Not, like, I don't like this or whatever. But they're gonna ask you how you are, how the week has been, and
your program will like walk you through this.
Yes.
Like this is someone that has rushed before, and they'll talk you through everything, and like you can ask them like personal questions, even about like what houses you like and don't like.
Yeah.
And they won't like obviously like tell you like don't go to the house, whatever. They'll just have like a neutral,
they're there to
like,
support. They're not there
exactly.
to like raise any bias.
So it's like you're not just going out there like not knowing anything, not knowing no one. Like you can ask questions. You can have like personal time to ask one-on-one. And that was like I loved the program because like she had time for us to like ask her one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because she knows how stressful it is. They all know.
Yes.
It's like they're very helpful to like lean on.
Yeah. And then after the first 2 days, I believe you're really on your own schedule. So you will not be going from house to house with your program or with the normal girls that you were paired up with. Sometimes some girls in your group will be in the same party at the same time. But there will be all the programs just all over the place, anywhere. So if you need help getting from one place to another, like you can ask them, how much time really did we have? It depends on your party. It depends on your schedule, but I know you had a day where everything was in one day, so everything was back to back to back to back.
And the next day I had no houses. So it was like nice to have that break.
Yeah.
And like definitely after you rush, have time to like
unwind.
Each day, unwind.
Yeah.
Honestly, just bed rot. That's what we did. Just bed
rot.
Yeah,
we didn't really
do anything. Because it's a lot, and you have to wake up early the next day, depending on your schedule. So
yeah,
it's
it was
like,
really...
Definitely prepare yourself the best way you can.
And focus on directions the first 2 days. Don't walk the row. Don't walk it during rush week. I don't think you can go there unless it's during rush. But just be aware of where you're going on the first 2 days. Like, try not to always be caught up in a conversation or on your phone and stuff like that because, I don't know. For me, I don't think it was that hard to figure out where to go, but some houses are, like, in a corner or some are up here, some are down there.
They're kind of laid out differently, so it's,
like,
fine. Like, have your directions kind of known a little bit. But also, there's people there to help you and be like, because you have a certain time, maybe it's like back to back, and they'll be standing outside houses and be like, you can be like, oh, where's blah, 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 blah. Like, go that way. So it's helpful. So everyone's there to help you and, like, support you. Like, you're not on your own. Just, like, know that. Like, I wish we knew that kind of going into it.
So, on a positive note of this experience, it's all fun and great, but there are obviously some times where, it gets rough. But for the whole preparation part of Rush, something that is here is very different than, I guess, the South. You don't need to go out of your way to do letters of rec or hire coaches to help you train for Rush. You can if you want to. That's, I guess, just your choice. But it's really not necessary for our school because it's not as... It's formal, but it's just a different kind of formal. Like, northern formal and southern formal are not the same thing. And letters of rec are not that big here. As long as, you've done for the most part, well in school. And if you haven't, there's, like, a spot to explain maybe issues that happen grade-wise. But other than that, like, there's nothing we had to do that required reaching out to anybody, submitting anything extra except for that form. So it's a very easy, like, preparation process, I guess. The rest is just what you choose to do with it, but there's nothing else required.
Okay, hope this helped you guys at least a little bit, because we wish we had kind of a video to, like, lean on and, like, know more about. So hopefully this gives you some more information. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.